A big decision today that will change the way companies communicate with their investors. CNBC's Seema Modi has that story and a lot more. Seema.
Michelle, the SEC giving companies permission to announce key information on social media like Facebook and Twitter. Only a minor catch. The companies first have to tell investors they're going to do it. The push for this came from Netflix. Last year, CEO Reed Hastings posted a bullish statistic on his personal Facebook page. The stock went up 6%, so now this is fine as long as investors know where to look. President Obama wants to spend $100 million on new research of the human brain. The funding will come from his 2014 budget, which will be released next week. The hope is that the research could eventually lead to cures for Alzheimer's and other brain disorders. A couple of sports stories now. The coach of Florida Gulf Coast is cashing in on his team's Cinderella run in the NCAA tournament. Andy Einfield is taking the head coaching job at USC. His old salary, $157,000. His new salary is reported to be more than $1 million. And Yankees second baseman Robinson Cano has a new agent, Jay-Z. Cano becoming the first client of Jay-Z's new sports management firm. It will be called Rock Nation Sports. It's an arm of the well-known creative arts agency, which we know in the media world as CAA.
Right. He's building an empire there.
Exactly.
Jay-Z never stops.
Sports.
What do we think about this decision by the SEC? Seems a little bit no, that if somebody's going to post something on Facebook, it's good enough that investors know about it?
I think the SEC woke up and realized it was 2013. I mean, to suggest otherwise would make it just appear that they were all a bunch of Luddites. And the fact that we get so much information from Facebook and Twitter means you have to be able to disseminate information that way.
Mark, you agree?
Yeah, but I don't quite understand the story, because sometimes a guy might disclose something he just learned on CNBC or maybe in a speech.
Right. Well, when the Reg FD rules first came out, regulation full disclosure, if you said it on CNBC, it was considered fully disclosed, right?
Yeah.
So they've evolved over time. I mean, listen, you're talking to somebody who doesn't think the SEC should exist,
Well,
right? So anything they do, to me, is inconsequential.
Yeah.
But
so I guess the only way you hide something, you disclose it on MySpace, and that way no one can see it again. But if
All
it's
social media platforms.
well, that's true. But if it's on Facebook, there are a lot of Warren Buffett-ish type guys that aren't on that stuff and won't get to see any of it.
yeah, well, they're going to have to keep up with the times, right?
Yeah.
All right. What about Jay-Z becoming an agent?
You know what? I want to sign with him. So, Jay-Z, if you're listening, sign me.
Mark, you want to sign with Jay-Z?
He's very Google-ish in that he's suddenly in every business. Whatever business there is, he ends up in it somehow.
Yeah, I mean, at least he attempts it as opposed to buying mansion after mansion after mansion after mansion and.
I don't know. That would be enough for me.
He might be doing that anyways, but who knows?
I would just enjoy buying every mansion in the world.
Yeah.
I'd be happy there.
My hope would be that Robinson Cano's new representation is going to help fuel the Yankees, because their opening day performance disappointed me, to say the least.
Okay.
And we thought athletes were overpaid. Now they got to turn to singers to get money.
But he's an impressive businessman. You got to give it to him.
I
Music,
agree.
sports, he's really doing it all.
Yeah, restaurants, the whole thing. Yeah. Seema, thank you.